After the yearly 28-day grace period America gives every black person so we can shut up, or more popularly known as Black History Month, we transition into the month of March. Back to the 11 months of white supremacy in MAGA land, but we're in for another month of amazing anime, specifically anime news, which inspired the idea for this video. Back in January, it was announced that Gachiakuta will be receiving a panel at AnimeJapan 2025 on March 22nd, where news regarding the anime will be revealed, a potential new PV, new key visual art, and the cast reveal of our four main characters, Rudo, Enjin, Zanka, and Riyo. So I thought it'd be a fun idea to give my predictions on who they would cast as each character. I have a vast number of potential Seiyus written down, so without further ado, let's start with our first character, Rudo. Because some people aren't interested in voice acting, specifically Japanese voice acting, I have notable roles they've done either in the past or current to better help you understand where I'm going with each choice. I also have vocal types written down to better envision what I picture in my head for each character. So for Rudo's vocal type, I have boyish teenage type of voice with a little bit of grit, and when needed can provide a guttural quality. For each pick, I'll just list like my favorite three or like the three I'm most confident in, and the rest I'll just list after I'm finished. So my first potential pick is Yuma Uchida, who voices Fushiguro in JJK, Sakura in Windbreaker, and Riyo in Blue Lock. I feel like Fushiguro would be too subdued for Rudo, but if he combined Fushiguro with Sakura, I think it would be a nice combination. My second pick is Shuichiro Umeda. Out of all my predictions, this is the one I'm the most confident in. He's been killing it with the main characters he's voiced recently, and they all show versatility, so I think he'd be a perfect fit for Rudo. My third pick is Nobuhiko Okamoto, who's known for voicing Bakugo in My Hero Academia, Rin in Blue Exorcist, and Accelerator in a certain magical index. Essentially the go-to guy for loud, brash characters. However, Accelerator and Bakugo I feel like are too much voice-wise. He is capable of toning it down though, as he voices Seba in Sakamoto Days, which funny enough I had to look up because I was curious on who voiced him. I couldn't really recognize who it was or pinpoint exactly. Come to find out it's him. Probably the most calm I've heard him in any series. So if he dialed it back and made his voice more youthful with his signature loud brash edge, I feel like he'd be perfect for Rudo as well. And those are my three strongest picks. Here are the rest if you were curious. Moving on to the next character, we have Enjin. And for the vocal type, I have sort of like calm, cool, deep voice with the right amount of bass. Like not too bassy, but like just enough. And my first pick is Junichi Suabe. He's known for voicing Sukuna in Jujutsu Kaisen, Grimmjow in Bleach, and Yami in Black Clover. Out of the three predictions I have written down, he's my most confident pick. Enjin is a very charismatic character, and Suabe has a voice perfectly suited for that. You know how when you're reading a manga, you can hear certain voices for characters? Well, anytime I saw Enjin appear, I always heard Junichi Suabe's voice. Especially since I've been reading Gachiakuta in Japanese, which just enhances it to another level. So I think Junichi Suabe will be perfect for Enjin. Number two for me is a personal bias, but can still work if casted, and that's Kazuya Nakai, who voices Zoro in One Piece, Obi in Fire Force, Date Masamune in Sugoku Basara, and Hijikata in Gintama. Any character he voices I end up really liking. My favorite anime character of all time is Date Masamune, so if he's casted, I'd not only be really excited, but he'd also be a great fit for Enjin's character as well. My number three pick is Makoto Furukawa, who's known for voicing Saitama in One Punch Man, Karasu in Blue Lock, Ogun in Fire Force, and Taiju in Dr. Stone. He's played a wide range of characters with different personalities, but I think if he channeled Karasu from Blue Lock tonally and made his voice a tad deeper, that could work. I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying they hope Yuichi Nakamura is casted as Enjin, and I'm like, surely we're not talking about this Yuichi Nakamura. Or this Yuichi Nakamura. Or this Yuichi Nakamura. Listen, I get it. We all have different opinions, but this opinion is just factually wrong. I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny, but his voice would not fit Enjin. And I haven't heard a character of his to where I would come to the conclusion of, that's Enjin right there. I swear, if we let some fans do casting, we'd end up with the worst dubs of all time, both English and Japanese. To all the people I saw saying that in January, don't be disappointed when this doesn't happen. Next character is Zanka. And for vocal types, I have tenor, more on the serious side, and monotone. Pick number 1 I have is Takahiro Sakurai, who's known for voicing Geto in JJK, Reagan in Mob Psycho, and Kishibe Rohan in JoJo's Part 4. Out of the 3 predictions I have in terms of vocal tone, he could be a good pick. Number 2, however, is my ideal pick, and I hope he gets casted, and that's Chiaki Kobayashi, who's known for voicing MASH and Mashal, Gabimaru in Hell's Paradise, and he was announced to be voicing Yoshiki in The Summer Hikaru Died. In terms of his popular roles, he's played many laid-back characters with monotone deliveries, and like Enjin, his voice immediately popped into my head when reading. And if casted, he'd be a perfect fit, considering Zanka isn't the most emotive and more of the straight man of the 4 characters. Last pick I have is Koki Uchiyama. He's voiced Inumaki in JJK, Shigaraki in My Hero, and Ren in Blue Lock. To me, he's in the same ballpark as Chiaki Kobayashi, but with a different flavor. My confidence in him and Kobayashi aren't that far apart from each other, but I prefer Chiaki Kobayashi more over him. And last but not least, we have Riyo. For the vocal type, I have written down tomboyish, not too feminine, and a little sassy. Out of all the characters I had predictions for, Riyo ended up having the most with 10 potential picks. This should come as no surprise because the possibilities are endless when it comes to casting girls, as majority of female seiyus are extremely versatile. First pick I have is Fairu's Ai, who's known for voicing Power in Chainsaw Man, Jolene in JoJo's Part 6, Anarchy and Magical Destroyers, and Kikoru in Kaiju number 8. She's the first person that instantly came to mind. However, she did announce she was taking a hiatus from voice acting in January, so I'm not sure. Then again, she's still getting casted in new projects, so who knows? Maybe she auditioned prior to her hiatus. We'll see, but I think she'd be great as Riyo. Number 2 pick is Ikumi Hasegawa. She's voiced Kita in Bocchi the Rock, Latla in Undead Unluck, and Yubel from Freerun. Out of the characters I mentioned, I feel Yubel is close to what I envisioned Riyo sounding like. And my third pick is Sayaka Senbogi. She's voiced Kiruko from Heavily Delusion, Marcel in Dungeon Meshi, and Konami in Kaiju number 8. Riyo does give off tomboy energy, and Senbogi did voice Kiruko from Heavily Delusion, which essentially is another tomboy. And Marcel is a very emotive, sassy character, so I feel like a combination between those two would be perfect for Riyo. And if you were curious, here were the other names I had written down for Riyo as well. And with that, these are my cast predictions for the Gachiakuta characters. I didn't mention in the beginning, but these are just my opinion based on my own interpretation of each character, so my picks might not align with yours or anyone else's. This is just an idea I thought would be fun to make a video out of before the official announcement on the 22nd. And I can't wait to see what this panel and the team at Studio Bones has to offer. But let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the video. Who do you think would be great choices for each character? I'm curious to see other people's thought process on this. And if you rock with the video, leave a like and subscribe. Till next time, deuces.
I don't need no one else. With you, don't need no one else. Round her, I can lift my veils. Finally, I can be